Hey, Goon, I was literally about to say, Goon, are you muted?
Hi, furries.
One more time from the top.
Let's run it back.
Hey, furries. It's
Let's
your boy.
do that one
It's
again.
Your boy. It's your Goon. It's your daddy. It's the me. It's the Trash Chronicles. It's a 1920s mobster thriller noir vark kind of deal.
Aardvark?
Noir. Yeah, you know that show where Noir goes and solves 1920s noir mysteries. You know.
Who the fuck is
Yeah,
Aardvark?
Well, there's Nardvar, who's the guy who interviews rappers and knows way too much about them.
Okay, I don't know.
I don't know about Nardvar? Oh my god, he's so cool.
That
I don't know
guy's
what's
great.
happening.
That guy's the best. Anyway.
You're the best.
I'm not, but thank you. I am joined with I'm joined as always with my critters here. We've got Critteric, we've got Moss Creature, the Noodledoodler, and Video James. And
Video.
we're here to wrangle ourselves a deer. When last we left, our posse, as it were, was formed. A sort of crack team of random people. Just
Crack is involved somewhere, I think. Yeah.
somewhere along the line. Was chosen to help get this, religious figure from the kingdom, this handsome deer boy named Thrall Abdul.
Has anyone called him handsome, or are you just adding that?
I've called him handsome several times.
Okay.
Because I am
Goon wants to
I am
fuck
the
a deer,
garbage
got
man
it.
of this world, and I get to decide who and who is not handsome.
Do
It wasn't
I get to be
MTV that
handsome?
mentioned it.
You get to be
Okay.
you get to be a 6.
But I'm a beefcake. Is that just not your type?
Perhaps. Anyway.
Okay, we're learning a lot about Goon today.
Anyway, we last left with our handsome deer boy in a bit of a frazzled state, as the hunter human has returned to the park with his gun, and now our critter's gonna have to corral or just kind of get Thrall Abdul out of the park, but unfortunately for our peoples, our critters here, they are their dear friend is heading headlong into a playground filled with little children, and that's no good. Let's see here. Just
Ronnie was running after him.
Ronnie is running. What? Did I make you roll last time for what you're about to do, or do you gotta roll now?
I waited all week to roll these 2 dice.
Heck yeah. What are you doing, and what did you roll?
I assumed it was. My goal is to run and climb up this deer, which I assume would be a might roll.
That sounds pretty mighty, but it also could be fairly finesse-filled.
But I think it's a lot more about how fast I'm running and how fast I'm moving than it is about, because and I'm mostly saying this because I have a 0 in finesse and a 3 in might.
Mhm.
But
So you're not... So, what I'm hearing is you're trying to tackle the deer.
a little bit, if that's what it takes.
Okay, and we have to flavor it like tackling, or else I'm gonna have to make you roll with some pass.
I'm basically just run
This
and
feels
sprint jumping. I'm just gonna grab onto what I grab onto,
If we were playing D&D, I think it would be like an athletics check, wouldn't it? So
yeah,
that would be
which I
strength.
think this is more athletics than it is acrobatics, to put it into D&D logic. Anyway, and again, I am mostly saying that because I have a 3 in might, but I did do this. I did take the role of catching up to him with the knowledge I had a 3 in might. So that is a 5, a 4 is 9, plus 3 is 10, 11, and 12.
Ooh, that is a spectacular success.
Just
kind
a
of
fucking bullet.
freaking just sprinting with the speed of a freaking a sport ball player. Just kind
We've
of,
slowly canonized that Ronnie is just so fucking fast.
just, it's juggernaut rules.
It's the powerful legs, man. That's all.
Ronnie the Rocket does not skip a
Ronnie
single.
not a single leg day missed. Leaps through the air, trying to tackle onto Thrall Abdul. And your initial goal was to get up to the horns. And with such a great roll, I think I'm going to let you just go ahead and do that. just from your running start, leap through the air. And, like, Thrall is kind of, like, waving his head about in a kind of erratic, kind of panicked fashion. I'm going to say that you catch and climb onto the horns fairly easily on one of his downswings as he's still charging at this playground full of small humans.
All right. Well, I'd like to initiate part 2 of my plan, which we talked about last week. I would like to grab him by the horns and just start redirecting his head towards the way I want him to go.
Sure.
I don't remember which gate. I don't remember which gate Chewie figured out we needed to take, but whichever one that was.
So yeah, the initial plan was to go out of the north gate. The new plan is to corral him out through the opening in the wall where the playground is.
Yeah, so I'm basically just trying to guide him away from the children and then through safely.
Sure.
Which is visual insanity to these human children.
Last time we had our resident crotective do unleash a payload on the hunter, and I'm gonna say that that's happened with far enough time ago that you have plenty of time to try to assist in this action if you want to do that.
Okay. What can I do though? Is let me take a look. Let me take a look at what I have available to me.
Let's go.
Let's go to the playbook. Let's see. Okay. So, at the moment, the situation is that Ronnie is currently holding the reins of Thrall as he attempts to guide him safely through a playground full of children.
Yeah, which is a task. Maybe you could help outline a path for me, because I'm too busy forcing him around to focus too hard.
I have a specific move called Threatening Visage.
That's horrifying sounding.
What I'm thinking is, I can get ahead of you because I'm a bird and I got aerial superiority.
Got
right?
bird, man.
So what I'm thinking is that I would start diving at these children to get them to scatter out of the way.
Bring out your inner magpie.
Yeah, here we go.
Go ahead and give me that roll, baby.
Oh, we go. Let's see. Threatening Visage is it specifically says persuade an NPC with open threats or naked steel. I would assume that me dive bombing a bunch of children would be an open threat.
Okay.
And I get to roll with might instead of charm.
Fantastic.
So it's one of the 3 things that I have a +1 in. So
hey,
your stats are like +1s.
I have +1s, but I have 3 of them in +1 right now because I took a different playbook as I upgrade last time. So
yeah, I have a +1 in charm and a +3 in might, and everything else is a 0. I'm good at one thing and great at another.
All right, so I rolled a 9 on the die, which +1 in might gives me a 10.
Okay. There was like one drooling, snot-covered child who saw this deer and was like, this deer in like a very plain and obvious panic, and that child was like, yeah, I want to go near that. And as it toddles over from the mound of wood chips that it was playing, and we see Detective Sam Morrigan as humans see him as just a normal ass crow, just swoop in, big wings, loud caw. This child goes and kind of stumbles, gets shunted back onto his little diapered bottom, as we see Ronnie with the big antlers and the big muscles make this long, just wide arc, just out of reach, just missing this child that was sat down and just put in his place. Very well done.
I'm literally picturing like Batman when he enters into a scene and he's like, the cape comes up.
Heck yeah, dude.
Except he's a fucking bird.
Yeah.
Man.
So we also have a Ruby and Chewie. Chewie, you kind of leave all that. You didn't leave all that far from the initial starting point in this kind of encounter situation. But Ruby, you went all the way up to the freaking bell tower of the Church of Goodburger. What do you guys want to do at this point?
Does it look like the hunters are recovering yet?
Well, the hunter, the hunter's like still smacking his lips and kind of like shaking his tongue out, like spitting on the ground as the skunk spray is still like, very strong. It takes hours for skunk spray to be done. You can also see a large mass of Rodensburg, just common folk, just like evacuating from the front desk, like the front gate. There are like a couple of small businesses there. And you hear Rhett A. Tesker scream down from the village, the city square. Extra, extra! Read all about it. Sam Morrigan, gas, local community.
Yikes!
Just can't win.
Nope, you can't win.
That's what you get when you have a 0 in luck. Oh shit!
What's on fire? What's going on?
Is that the microwave?
I have a universal power supply for my computer, and the battery just decided that it wanted to scream at me.
Oh, interesting.
So it'll take me like 2 minutes while I reset my computer and reset the battery.
Okay.
Okay.
I apologize wholeheartedly.
That's cool.
That happens.
Yeah.
Your life
All right.
happens, and then you die.
All right, I'll be right back.
Okay. So anyway.
So anyway,
I don't see anything I really need to be doing, so I'm going to use my disc shooter to hit Thrall in the ass and make him run faster.
That's gonna be quite a distance to hit the disc shooter with. But
Okay.
I'm gonna let you roll for it anyway.
Okay, so that would be finesse.
Sure.
Yeah, that would.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah?
I have a big brain idea. What if I parry it so that it does because I have good luck? Can I just get super lucky and parry it into the human or wherever we're trying to put it?
that
Well,
implies that you're not doing it on purpose. You're just happening
That's
to
the point.
run
That's the
forward,
point.
and it just donks off your
Because
head.
yeah, like Chewie has no idea what's going on. He has no idea what he can do to help. He's just a chef. He doesn't know what he's doing here.
He's
Just
a little
the
chef.
cook boy.
As someone who's been like a line cook for like a year or more of my life, I feel that in my soul. I don't know what's going on, man. I just know how to make food. Okay,
Yep,
Listen, I know two things in my life.
fine
I'm
dining
making
and
the
breathing.
meatball.
I'm making the meatball.
That's a motto that I used to say whenever we were having a really rough day when I was a restaurant manager. Because I would just lean into
Awesome.
people's ears and I'd be like, fine dining and breathing. Throw out everything else. Just fine dining. That's all you need.
Awesome. Yeah. What would parrying entail at this point?
Basically just bounces off of Chewie,
Chewie.
and yeah, sorry, different character. It bounces off of Chewie and like hits. Are you trying to hit the human?
No, I'm trying to hit Thrall.
No, the
You're
back
trying
of
to
the
hit
deer.
Thrall. Okay, sorry. I'm really tired. Yeah. But yeah, so basically bounces off of Curry. Really,
Chewie.
goodness, Chewie's head, and then hits Thrall, like because of it,
Just in the butt.
like
Mhm.
as like an aid to her roll or whatever.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean,
Okay.
okay. I guess. You both roll finesse then. Well, no, you roll finesse and then Chewie roll luck because this is just an incredibly just luck
Yeah.
You're just trying to get lucky. But
thing
not,
you're trying to do. You're just trying to force an accidental bank shot here.
Okay, I got a 6.
Got a 6.
Whoa. No.
I rolled a 4.
So that's both 6s.
Okay.
Yay.
I made a character with high luck, and I have none of it.
so the disc just bounces off of his like stomach and then just lands on the ground. Just nothing.
I want to establish some, stat stuff. Like, how many shots does my disc shooter have?
You have 2 discs
Okay.
in total. You can take, you can take parts. You can take whatever this game's equivalent of a bonus action would be to pick up a disc from the ground.
Okay, and I would like to establish right now that unless we have to leave an area in an emergency, I will always pick up my discs.
That is fair. That is very fair. You try to line up to fire this disc shooter. It's very big for you, and so the most prudent position for which to shoot this disc is off the hip like this, under your arm, and so you go to do the squeeze, and you can feel a strange kind of surging, an energy through your small rodent body and within the human crafted artifact in your body, and you squeeze the plastic and the disc fires off farther and faster than it really should. There's something supernatural about just the way that space-time has warped around this disc and send it flying through the air. And as you sit and marvel at the speed and just the unthinkability of what you've just unwittingly unleashed, this thing careens through the air and dunks Chewie on the head really hard. Chewie, take 2 harm.
Oh no!
That's a lot of harm.
Yeah,
He's half dead.
that's
I've given
2
him a
injury.
concussion.
Yeah,
Ouchie.
yeah, that's 2 injury. Yeah, that's no good.
I mean, it was going pretty fast, and I'm only a raccoon, so.
Yeah.
I'm only but a raccoon, sir.
But a raccoon, sir.
And I'm
Please
assuming
show
these are,
mercy on me. I'm but a little guy.
I'm just a little man.
Chewie just looks up into the sky, sees you, and just.
All right,
You've done
Ronnie,
the
it's your
greatest
turn.
crime of them all, making them sad. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm already on top of the deer, guiding him out. Is there any new problems for me to deal with, or can I just enjoy the fact that I have found a deer mount?
I mean, it's still pretty. It's you don't have complete control over him. You can.
Okay.
The control that you've managed to assert over Thrall Abdul is you can choose the general curve of the zigzag, but you cannot control the zigzag itself. You cannot make really fine motored turns with Thrall Abdul because that is just a random number generator that is happening. It's more or less a bucking bronco at this point.
Gotcha. I'm gonna try to draw some sense into Thrall, so I'm already right next to his ear, so I'm just kind of leaning over as I'm chugging it around. I go, "Hey, come on, bud. Hey." Yeah, I just lean in really quiet and go, "Hey, hey, hey." I forgot how to. Hey, there we go. Hey,
Hey,
hey. Forget
you're
about
a
it.
horse.
Hey, shh.
Slowly work your way down into the voice. That's what you gotta do.
You gotta, yeah, no, that's how. Hey,
Hey,
hey.
Hey!
I'm gonna get out of here, but I'm gonna need you to take it down several notches.
All right,
I'm
roll
just
charm,
trying
dude.
I got a +1 on that, so we'll see what happens.
Let's rock and roll, baby.
Oh god, one of the dice fell on the ground. And I have a carpet, so it didn't land evenly. So the first number is a 3.
Mm-hmm.
The second number is a 2 for a total of 6.
Okay. As you you can feel a strange, almost blessed energy radiating off of your tiny rodent body and the human artifact upon your finger, and off of the corner of your eye, you kind of see the internal wheel of the decoder ring spin.
Oh.
I didn't know it was going to actually have powers up until now. I thought it was going to be cool, but not necessary.
And
Just to have.
your relationship with Thrall has been tense up in this point, and you guys really don't have the greatest rapport.
I gave him a French fry that he didn't like because he's a heretic.
All that, but you can feel that the words that leave your mouth in this moment are heightened and a bit more potent than they would have been otherwise, had you not picked up the ring from the garbage can. And Thrall Abdul comes down just a little bit. You can feel your range of motion that you're able to find. You can feel that you can make tighter turns almost. Thrall Abdul, his head stops bucking up and down, bobbing up and down, weaving all about. His motion stabilizes. He is getting into a sort of mount mentality.
I cannot believe that going hey actually fucking works. Cool. Hey, come on, forget about it.
I mean, if you think about it in Zelda, he's always going ho ho,
Yeah.
ho ho.
That is how I think about things these days. Is how they affect Zelda. You got me there.
Yeah, man.
You're right. I have been playing Tears of the Kingdom for 2 weeks straight. How'd you know?
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Oh yeah.
Great game. I want to
thousands of miles away, and we're just we're living under the same sun here.
Same life, man. Small gamer world we live in.
Yeah.
The tiny game.
It's almost like it's a sensation, like Elden Ring.
Game of the year, baby.
Detective Morgan, your next problem is that you were able to scare one child. There are a couple other children now that saw the first child get knocked down on its butt and now are very intrigued by this graceful galloping animal that's in their play space.
Oh boy! All right.
Small train of children forming.
So I think I'm gonna try and harry these children as well. So when I harry a group of enemies at a far range, I can mark where and roll with cunning. I can either inflict 2 morale harm or they're pinned and blocked. So flavor-wise, I'm going to say that being a scavenging bird type. That is this. I have to ask: is this playground gravel? Is it wood chips? I'm going to grab a handful of wood chips.
Cool.
And just start chucking these at these kids, just scattering them at these children.
Cool.
Just kicking up a storm.
That's excellent.
So I gotta roll. What would you consider chucking wood chips at children?
I'd like to at children.
Say
there comes a time in every game master's life where they have to consider.
I would like to make a pitch.
Okay.
I have not used it yet. I have not used it yet, but I do have an ability that I took from a different playbook called Pocket Sand. And that ability, I took it because I'm not. Look it up in the thing. I believe it uses finesse. I don't have the book in front of me.
Oh my god, where is it?
There's an ability called Pocket Sand. Just Control F it real quick. I just know I have it. I unfortunately don't have the book in front of me because I'm on my phone.
Oh, Harry
Sand.
rolls with cunning.
Yeah, Harry rolls with cunning. All right, so we will roll.
Pocket Sand. Oh my goodness, Pocket Sand.
Yeah, that's the ability I took after the session with Thrall Abdul where I got my advancement.
How are you just not Dale Dribble?
Jibbis, dude.
I would have built the whole character around the ability Pocket Sand.
I made the character. I was like, well, what other? Because I gotten all the abilities I want from my playbook because there wasn't that many I wanted.
My dude.
And I was like, what other ability could I take? And I was looking through and I saw Pocket Sand. And I went,
okay, so hold on. Control.
Come on.
So I don't have Pocket Sand as an ability, but I do have Harry. So
Harry, what does Harry what does it Harry want you to roll?
Roll cunning.
Cunning.
And on a 7 to 9, I get to choose whether they're pinned or blocked, or if I inflict damage to these children.
Mm-hmm.
Or on a 10 plus, I can pick both.
Gotcha.
So
Pocket Sand would have had you roll cunning also. So cunning seems to.
Oh, there we go.
Like I said, it's nothing more cunning than a pocket full of sand.
Yeah. Dastardly
nothing more
deeds.
cunning than a pocket full of sand.
A 2 and a 5, which is a 7, and I got a +1, so we are at an 8. So I only get to pick one, and I'm just going to say that I'm going to pin down these kids from getting any further. I'm just over there.
Yeah. To the conclusion.
Get back!
Yeah, to the confusion of like the 3 soccer moms on the bench, you kick up large amounts of fairly large, kind of sharp wood chips at this gaggle of toddlers. One's around like 5 or 6 years old. The other 2 were like 3 or 4. And no, they are like kind of, they're taking it back. They kind of stumble into each other. You bonk one right on the forehead, and it's kind of dazed and confused. You have, however, you've gained you've drawn attention of actual human adults who are now aware of the entire situation.
But I kept the baby humans from being
Little
in danger.
humans have been saved. Yes, good job.
Gotta go with the silver linings.
Silver lining.
Hey, am I right?
Chewy, Ruby, what you gonna do?
Okay,
Hey,
so there
ooh,
are
get out the fucking
adult
stage.
humans involved now. I would like to confuse their senses by using my flashlight, which I had established in my equipment before session started.
Heck, Katie.
Okay. I want to just shine the bright light in their face.
I'm just thinking. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I guess. I mean,
Okay.
sounds like another cunning roll.
It's actually finesse because I have confused senses, and that is another fail.
Finesse.
Yay.
Yeah.
Why don't you like me today?
It's still kind of bright out, and it's not a very powerful flashlight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And you kind of, I guess, yeah, you just kind of take this little keychain flashlight out of your pocket, kind of flip it on, at the top of the bell towers.
Yeah.
The soccer moms are too concerned tracking this deer that's, being ridden by a possum at this point. A couple of them have taken out their phones. Chewy, what do you want to do?
I don't have anything for dealing with humans, and I am very hurt, so I think I might have to hide.
Up a
Do
tree?
you have that feat, though?
Do I have what?
That feat.
Do you have a move that goes hide?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I do.
Oh, good.
I have hide and sneak.
Hide and
So
sneak.
do I. Nice.
You fucking little
Go ahead and
goblins,
roll
both
for
of
hide
you.
and sneak.
That's my favorite childhood game.
9.
Ah, yes. Yep. You go right up a tree.
Oh, I had.
Easy peasy, out of sight, out of mind, baby. Raccoon up a tree.
Just like
Hey.
taking care of my wounds very, very carefully.
Ah,
Ah! I shouldn't be climbing with a concussion, but alright.
I didn't sign up for this. This isn't what I knew. What I thought we were going to be doing.
I wanted to cook and potentially poison a bird. That's all I wanted.
Yes. Yes.
Alright, Ronnie, the end game is upon you. The end game being rounding up your posse and getting this dude out of the park so you can start your quest, for lack of a better word. What's your... You just saw Chewy scurry up a tree. You saw your sister's failed attempt at flashlight-themed distraction. And you more or less have tamed this savage beast in terms of just riding it.
Time to rally, then. I'm going to start by just giving a good old yank towards Chewie. And I know he's hurt. I don't know he's hurt, actually. I think I've been very distracted. But I'm just like, Chewie, hop on! As I, ride by.
That's your action, just gathering everyone else up?
Yeah, I'm basically going down a line. With Chewie, I'm just going to ask him to hop on. And then my goal was to then, ask him to grab my feet so I can, lean off the side and pull up Ruby. And
I'm
Morgan's a
up
fucking bird.
here,
He's fine.
so.
I guess you don't know me that well.
I don't. You're right.
I am currently in a situation with potentially having human adults coming after me,
Yeah,
but
I
I can fly.
Yeah, again, I'm not worried about Sam.
You're
That's
a
not my
bird.
problem. He's a bird and a cop. If he can't get out of this fucking mess, what is he doing?
Yeah, what's the point?
I
I
have
need to grab
I have
Chef
abilities where if I get
arsonist, okay? Like
grab the chef and the arsonist.
the two most important things in this world.
I do have abilities to get out of situations if need.
Yeah, so I'm just riding by and I'm going, Chewie, jump!
Chewie's probably made some jumps before in his life, and this is definitely the strangest kind of jump he's ever made, but he definitely goes for it because he wants to get the heck out of here.
So I would like to do my best to catch Chewie.
Okay,
Whatever
Chewie,
you want to call this.
Chewie, you roll luck. Ronnie, you roll might.
Alright.
Ooh. We both get to use our best stat. I almost just rolled 4.
This is where he falls off the deer and dies.
Unfortunately, that might actually. I mean, listen. If he falls off, he will not die. He'll just have all of his injury filled up. Meaning, if he gets one more injury, he will die.
Well, I got a 10. Chewie got a 12. Hopefully, we're fine.
Oh yeah, it's super cool. It's like, oh yeah, we got the deer galloping under the tree, with Ronnie with his outstretched arm up in the air, and Chewie,
It's in slow motion.
like the
It's
Sistine
weirdly
Chapel.
homoerotic.
You see a bright like green triangle icon appear on the screen.
Yeah, I just picture again, just like a slow motion, like Predator at handshake catch.
Yeah, excellent.
Excellent.
Slips off the side of the deer a little bit, and you swing him back up along the back.
Ah!
The uncomfortable Legolas dipping around the neck of the horse to get back up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
And
Elves
then,
make no sense.
yeah, and
Where's Ruby? I gotta get Ruby next.
I'm on the church bell tower.
the Church of Goodburger.
Oh, okay.
Which just
Which
means,
means-
which does
Oh,
mean
no.
that Thrall Abdul is going to have to loop around past the still skunkin' hunter again, who is now seeing that the deer is headed right towards him. So I'm gonna need you to roll. Let's see, Ronnie. I'm gonna need you to roll. Cunning.
I have a question.
Go for
Before he swoops over to go get Ruby. If I have a +1 in might, can I pick her up and fly?
Yeah, I don't know if I want to get Ruby if she's that close to the problem. I trust Ruby to run.
I know the crow is much smaller than a possum.
Yeah, I mean, if
But
you,
I have a +1
if
in
you
might.
happen to be a bird of prey, I probably would have been. I mean, I'll let you at least roll for it.
Oh
It's
god, there's
gonna-
probably a hawk on the forest, isn't there? That sounds terrifying.
Oh,
No.
gee, yeah, that's gonna be a bird fights. Yeah.
It's gonna be a really high DC, but I'll let you roll for it with might.
Okay. I mean, worst case scenario, if I can't pick her up, at least I can try to like assist in an escape. So that way we can both try to get out.
Listen, the worst thing that you could do is pick her up and drop her. The middlest thing that you could do is pick her up and then kind of link with the chicken her down. In Twilight Princess, you know that one?
Just-
Or
yeah,
like in any
yeah,
other
just
cuckoo game with the cuckoos?
just like, grab the cuckoos. Yeah.
And then
Alright.
if you roll like perfect both sixes, then yeah, you could like fly her a short distance, but not too crazy far.
No, we can just get her out of the park, like right over the
Yeah, right
over
up
the
on,
wall.
you, like up onto
the new Rosensburg.
onto the wall.
onto the wall right behind the Church of Goodburger.
Yeah, and like I said, worst case or like middle case scenario, just a paraglider. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking Denari.
Yeah, if you drop me, I have acrobatics.
Yeah.
So,
All right, go ahead and roll might.
Hang on, Ruby. We're gonna try something here.
I don't know if I
He's definitely
trust
getting
you.
too old to do this.
Yeah, definitely getting too old. I rolled a 7 plus 1 might, so an 8.
Oh, that's not
That's
fantastic.
That's okay. You can get the descent is fast, but it's still vaguely slow. It's like okay, it's uncomfortably fast how fast you're losing altitude, but you're not losing altitude at a speed that would cause Ruby serious injury. In fact, actually, I'm just gonna say, just to be nice, no injury will befall Ruby. But
Okay.
you, Sam Morrigan, you're gonna take 1 harm throwing at your back.
Okay, that makes sense. Yes. Oh, jeez, right. Oh, Ruby, you gotta go on a diet, girl.
No, I
Ooh.
don't.
They eat nothing
I'm
but good
normal
burger.
sized.
What do you mean? Well, so
Just
Ruby
like
is
a
not
howl.
success. No, Ruby is successfully on the ground, and
Just like-
Hurry up!
spread out. You just hear crack, 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 crack. Just
Okay, so those two are on the ground. You have. So Thrall Abdul was headed right towards the hunter, but you swerved him out of the way, kind of looping back around, back towards the playground, and that's fair. That's enough. There's enough distance between you and the playground and the hunter to run and make a roll to jump back. For you, Ruby, to jump onto the deer with everyone else.
Okay. Yeah, I'll make an acrobatics then. Whoop. It's 7.
It's 7. Okay. You jump and leap onto Thrall Abdul. You catch his hind left leg, right at the thigh area. So as you
Okay.
come on, you go.
Can I help her up?
You're all the way up on the head of the deers.
Can I ask Chewie to help her up and see if he does it?
I don't know. Do you?
Chewie, Chewie, are you strong? I don't want to be rude.
No, I'm not.
Okay, you know what? Actually, can you steer a deer? Do you know? Have you driven a deer before?
I can sure as heck try. Have you driven a deer before?
No, but you pick it up faster than I thought you would.
I can sure try.
This is inviting more problems than solutions.
So
but
much
grab the
more
horns.
problem.
I run to the back
Chewie,
because I
Chewie, give me a
protect my
finesse roll.
fucking sister.
Okay, what?
That's literally my job.
I want Chewie to give me a finesse roll, as to see how fast that he picks up the nuances of driving a deer.
You pick it up fast.
7.
7.
We're gonna die.
We lose a little bit of stability. So I want Ronnie, give me a might roll at disadvantage.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. The
Yikes.
blue dice are one roll. The golden dice are a different roll. That's
Fair
how I'm
enough.
doing disadvantage.
I'm gonna use this
Alright.
dice instead.
Oh fuck! The blue dice were 10 too. 8 plus 3 is 11. So I guess I still did good. I shouldn't get a
still
13.
do good. You still do good. You still do good, yeah. It's a rough go. It's a rough go. Your back, your delts, your biceps and triceps are ablaze as you kind of grab onto the scruff of your sister's neck.
The
and
camera really
yoink.
zooms in on my back muscles for a second. I assume.
Heck yeah. And you freaking. There's another quick time event, but this time it's just the joystick, and you have to flick it back and forth to get your sister back up onto the thing. But it's a success. All 3 of our non-flying friends are on the back of the back of the deer. Chewie is, not the best driver, but he gets the job done.
I can take back over once I'm done.
Just kind of
Chewie's like, nah, I got this.
No, I don't even
What
want
do you mean you picked it up fast?
Knocks over a garbage can on the way out.
Yeah, due to Chewie's less than stellar driving, you didn't go the far way around the playground towards the outside of the park. You instead went the shortest way around, which when you don't think about it, it's a great way to go. But if you realize that that's where all the moms are sitting, it's not that great of a place to be. Morgan, do you want?
Depends on who we're talking to. Am I right?
Ah!
Am I right?
Morgan, you see
Yeah.
that even despite with Ronnie taking back over the reins of the deer is going to close in pretty hard and fast towards these 3 human adult women
Oh, boy.
in tight yoga pants.
Mm-hmm.
Yoga pants. I hate it. I hate what I've done to this.
Yoga pants.
You didn't do that to this.
Oh
I-
boy.
We've been
Oh,
holding
man.
for ages, all right? Chill.
I did
yes.
make the groaning noise as soon as someone said yoga pants, just to be clear.
Mm. Yeah.
Please.
I'm coming for those moms.
Please don't say
All right,
hey,
TikTok, you did see there.
I think I'm gonna have to use threatening visage again, try to get them out of the way.
That
Scary.
is fair.
So I am bolting directly in, just full in our language. He's like, "Get the fuck out of the way! Get the fuck!" But all you're hearing is like a crow is just, ah! Just
That's a seagull.
that is another 8, and I roll with might instead of charm, so that's a +1. That's a 9.
You gotta do croaky when you're trying to do a crow. They're croaky.
Listen, listen. You would have had to fail pretty spectacularly to get these yoga pants moms to do anything else but run away from a wild animal.
At this point, if anybody's in the park, they see this crow just going absolutely nuts on everybody in the park.
Just yeah.
Listen, the animal control guide is going to switch objectives if you do any more damage.
Yeah, things are
At the
not
end of
looking
the
well
day,
for
the
the
deer is not actually harming anyone, but this bird is going.
Just go ballistic. And with that,
Sam hasn't done this much activity in years.
If crows can sweat, this one can and is.
Oh,
Oh yes.
dripping.
Gross. That's
Disgusting.
gross.
Just disgusting.
I truly don't think that crows sweat. It doesn't. I don't think it actually happens, but disgusting.
Absolutely disgusting.
This one does.
And with that, our fellowship of felons is on their way. They've left the familiar gated community of New Rodensburg and are now out in the quote-unquote wilds of the human suburb on the back of a large deer.
I guess I catch up with the party and I land on the I land on a branch of the antler.
Yeah, you picked this stuff up real quick, Morgan, turns out. You want to give it a try?
No. No. We're good. Just takes off his hat and he's literally just fanning himself.
You're also like the most
Never again.
The part I'm steering is the part you're on.
Hey, he's a crow. He's got some good balance.
He's self-balancing. It's like when
it's
you
like
grow a chicken and just moving around.
those
His
camera.
head stays in the same
It's like
spot.
a camera gimbal where he's just kind of
Yeah. Gimbal, thank you. I have an audio video production degree and I couldn't figure it out.
I literally only know it because someone made a gimbal for a Tears of the Kingdom vehicle, so that didn't
yes.
fall over.
I've
like that.
seen some Tears of the Kingdom gimbals.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
it's like the guy said
Stabilizing
he
a
had,
joint, it wouldn't be that hard.
yeah, he said he got tired of falling off the vehicle whenever it like rolled over, so he like designed this gimbal so the thing would just roll around him.
I was just
Nice.
using a stabilizer.
It's easy
I
with the
got it.
stabilizer. If you hit certain angles, the stabilizer
Yeah.
will go over.
Oh,
So.
okay.
Yeah. But if you put like a
I found that
stabilizer
out.
on a joint,
It
then
was
you're
like
good.
it was like a stake on a stabilizer that he had it like extended out so that it would actually like rotate around. It was the weirdest setup.
That is weird. I
Yeah.
like
I
that.
like the sound of it.
Okay.
Anyway,
so
very off
from-
topic.
From
Doing
beneath
back on
this-
topic.
from beneath this, the fanning and the talking about how easy this large beast is to drive, the large beast actually pipes up. I would thank you all for that. I lost my senses. This place, the air here seems to affect the wild call in a way that I did not foresee, and I'm not used to. Ruby, was it? Ruby.
Yes. Yeah.
I would like to formally request that you never use those loud cone things in my presence ever again.
Oh, well,
Can
I
you
only
not try
had
to
one
ram
charge.
directly into our church and we'll be even?
I'm sorry? I don't understand
Oh.
either of what you just
Oh
said.
no. I only had one charge.
Oh. Good. That was not pleasant in the slightest whatsoever.
Where are we geographically? Are we still in the park?
You guys are outside of the park. You will
Yeah.
more or less have been hugging the outside wall of the park. Not really sure where else to go. Who picked up the map from the mayor?
I think Ronnie did, technically.
Oh yeah, I think I was me. I'm gonna let go of Thrall's horns because I feel like he's got it now. We're not gonna get off of him. Let's be clear. And I go, I got them. I have a weird feeling that Chewie is good with maps. Are you good with maps? I'm trying to find what skills you have outside of cooking, and I don't mean that in a mean way. I assume you have them.
Baby. Maps though. I can look at it, but I can't promise anything.
All right, that's about all I could have done anyway. So I pass it to Chewie. Chewie's gotta be. I'm strong and mildly charming. That's all I got going.
Oh, Tip Chewie's never used a map before, probably.
Any of us, I don't
What is
think
a map
he
but a recipe for travel?
does.
I mean, when you put it like that.
Well, I don't know about
I'm
you
just
guys.
saying that for everything. What is
What is a
that? What
blank
is
but a recipe for blank?
no? Just anything that I can relate to, like kicking, because my character is strong.
What is a kick but a roadmap to the outside world?
What is a kick but a map to you shutting the fuck up?
You gotta use your charm to
Okay.
get this person to listen. What is a charm but a kick to the heart?
Are there actual skills in this game relating to like
For
cartography and map
map
making and stuff? Or,
Um,
like map reading, I guess.
Well, not that
'Cause
really
the-
help you all that much because it is a really crudely drawn map by the mayor. It's more or less a series of landmarks connected by a dotted line. The landmarks being the park, the surrounding neighborhood, a elementary school.
So we're playing Dora then.
More or less, yeah. You're at
Alright.
the park. You're outside the park in the surrounding neighborhood. You're more or less got to figure out a way to figure out where a elementary school would be from this point to there.
There is a class called the Harrier that has a Traveler Extraordinaire as an ability.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Does anyone know what an
Okay.
elementary school is?
Oh well, no, on the map it just says kids.
Oh, okay. So we're just looking for a lot of children, I guess. But we
Yeah.
just
We
came
just-
from a lot of children, so we gotta find another place with like a lot of children.
And it's clearly not a school day because there were a bunch of children at the park.
They were talking,
So,
so not elementary
They
school
were
kids.
they were young. They were exceptionally young.
Young
children.
humans. As you guys are pondering this, a really large, boxy, yellow, wheeled human conveyance pulls up beside you, and the doors swing open, and slightly larger human children than the children that were in the park that you're not too far from come out, and one of them looks over at you guys. It's this little girl
This must
with
be
pink with
world bending.
blonde pigtails, and a pink T-shirt that's got like a little princess crown emblem on the front of it. She's got a little pink backpack, and a pair of pretty cool jeans. She gets off the bus and looks over at this thing that's happening. Thrall turns around and faces this girl and goes, "Excuse me, we are trying to find the forest. Can you help us?"
They don't speak to us like that.
Humans are incomprehensible to us. We are to them like bugs are to us.
Yeah, that.
This kid has to be freaking the fuck.
Yeah, I want to be clear. What's happening in her world is a deer with fucking 4 animals on top of it, all staring at her.
The deer has also been shot. Like, it's bleeding.
Yeah.
It's got a bullet wound, yeah.
Well, it's not
Like,
bleeding.
this is literally like a human version of like a god of death coming at you. Like a horror is walking at you with like a crow on its antlers. There's 2 possums and a raccoon on its back.
That
It's
actually
bleeding
sounds
profusely.
terrifying.
It's walking up to you, and if you think about the noises that deer make, it's got to be walking up going like, "Poof."
I turned 25 a week from today, and that would scare the shit out of me.
That's an omen right there.
More
This
traumatized.
little girl, but the little girl hasn't like moved from the line of sight of the bus driver, and so when she stands there, like slack-jawed and like wide-eyed, you can hear the bus like shift and like actually park, and dun, 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 this just mountain of a man leans out from the door and says, "Come on, sweetie, you gotta go to your house." And she goes, "Whoa! Hey, get shoo! Come on, shoo!"
He says to fucking 5 animals.
Is he trying to scare us?
Yes.
Okay. Listen, my whole thought about humans is kind of a little. I lean to Thrall to ask. Should I try to fight? I don't think I'm gonna. Should we scare them off, or should we just?
Chewie,
I feel like we should turn around and go the other way.
Yeah, I don't.
Chewie, could you give me a luck roll?
Sure.
Why?
9.
Chewie is about to be deceased.
9. I forget it. 9 is like low grade pass, right?
Yeah. 9 again. Same rules as
Right.
Monster League.
Yeah.
Just successes.
Chewie, you're 99.9% sure this is a person.
Who?
Is this the bus driver? 99%.
Oh.
He's still not sure about if Thrall is a person or an animal. But this thing here, that's a person right there.
I forgot that he has a concussion.
You gotta
And like trauma.
Thrall, I don't think they're gonna help us. I think we should skedaddle, capiche?
It was worth a shot. Sometimes the small ones with little weak antlers on their heads, they can talk to animals. I've seen it a couple of times. Sometimes it's pretty few and far between. It's worth a shot.
Yeah, that's fucking great, Thrall. Let's get going.
I'm seeing the bus drivers getting closer. Shoot!
Come on, get.
Hey, just checking. Chewie's not looking so good. Does anyone know first aid?
No.
Yeah, not at all. Chewie might be. What's funny is that Chewie might be the one who does know first aid.
You have no idea.
Again, Chewie is in my head. Chewie is an unknown entity. I know he can cook. I assume he can do a lot of other things, but I don't know what they are. I know he can cook.
You're talking to the guy that wasn't even positive that he had another name other than Chewie in the last session.
Yeah.
Just like,
It's probably.
Thrall starts
Chewie.
to like
I got nothing.
Thrall starts to throw slowly, like back up a little bit, and as he does, Ronnie, you look up at these human words on the bus, and human is something that the Church of Goodburger, the human tongue is something the Church of Goodburger is, pretty good at.
And anything I don't understand, I have a decoder ring.
This is
Yes.
Which I don't
exactly correct. And so, Like, listen, small, simple words that rodents could understand, like the concept of good and the concept of burger. These are easy things. Big concepts, long syllable words like elementary, and what it means when next to the word school, is usually beyond rodent comprehension. But with the with the decoder ring on your finger, you can feel another like small surge, and the inside ring starts to spin. You understand that elementary means like beginnings, small things learning, and then school means learning more, and just actually you learn like the true etymology of school and whatnot, and what it actually meant way back when.
All of this, so much knowledge.
School lore.
Oh my god. Yeah, all of a sudden, Ronnie looks like he's aged 30 years. All at once.
Suddenly very intimate with the education system.
And the concept of elementary. And so you realize this
shout out,
bus...
They never teach taxes. Never! Like, as I'm crying.
Never!
How do you balance a checkbook?
What is a checkbook?
Yeah, burdened with knowledge. I go.
Burdened with knowledge. You understand what an elementary school is, and you understand the purpose of this wheeled conveyance. And so
I lean over to Chewie, who I presume is still our cartographer, even though he doesn't know cartography.
Can you actually take this map back? Actually, because I have no idea what I'm doing.
I go, hey, Chief Cartographer, I think this is our first stop. Where do we need to go from here? My new character flaw from this point on is that Ronnie thinks Chewie is great at everything.
Until proven otherwise.
I like to think that you don't think that he's good at everything. You are literally testing the limits of like, are you good at this? We're gonna roll with that. We're gonna go with that for now.
No. He just assumes if he doesn't know how to do something, Chewie is great at it.
Yeah.
Listen,
Chewie's got
I know. Ronnie doesn't know how to cook. And Chewie is a great cook. So therefore, if you extrapolate that single logic point outward...
I think somebody else should probably take this map. I don't know what I'm looking at.
Okay.
This stop says a lot of kids, and then this next stop...
There's a lot of kids at this one. It's a school. Do you know what that is? I didn't know what that was until now.
I don't know how you learned
would you like
that.
To hear
okay.
I don't know either. It's a lot to deal with. I tear up a little bit.
What are you
okay?
On about?
I think so. Ruby, nope.
Ruby,
Sam, do you want to take this map?
Okay.
I'll give it a shot.
Specifically, Ronnie, I want you to know that you understand that you understand the purpose of this vehicle, which is to bring small humans to and from this place called school.
Oh, we're not. I thought they were parked outside the school, so I was using that.
No, the bus just pulled up. You're still in the middle of the neighborhood.
Hey, follow that bus. I say to Thrall, and then I
What's
point
a
to the
bus?
big yellow metal. I point to the thing. I guess I'm on him. So I climb up the side of his face and point.
You like lean up the antler like that one scene in Sea Beast?
Right over there.
Heck yeah, dude. Okay. You guys
keep it low profile. Try to keep a low profile, Thrall. We are exactly in friendly territory at the moment.
Yeah. So after you guys like started to back up and whatnot, the bus driver got back into the bus, and the little child was coaxed to go over and then across the street to their house. And then the bus starts to move southward down the street, and I'm gonna need let's get us a group cunning check here.
Oh, okay.
All right.
How do we go about doing a group one?
I'll just
with a little
wing it based on the average roll.
Oh,
average it out, yeah. 7.
6.
I'm just gonna hold mine up because we're all gonna say a bunch of numbers. So I'm just gonna hold mine up.
Okay.
Our average right now is 6.5. Our average just went up, and I don't want to do the math. We're at
Okay.
13 divided by 3. And then I can't see
Which would be
Critter
4 point
because
something.
the camera's frozen.
My
5.
camera's frozen. It's 5.
Oh, 5. Okay,
On my end, okay.
Would you get a 27? So 13, 18, 28 divided by 4, so 7.
7.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not a good average.
How the
That's
heck
not
do you math
great,
like that?
but it's still a minor success.
I
Okay.
have a day
Yeah.
job that involves
This guy
quick math.
works in
That's
bank.
fair.
This guy does
Really
numbers,
bad.
man.
Has
Awesome.
surprisingly little math.
So
Also, I play quite a bit of Dungeons and Dragons, like doing quick math.
Oh, what's that game? What,
Didn't help me at all.
what's that game,
Is that,
Dungeons and Dragons? I have no idea
So we
what that
roll
game
these- we
Dungeons
roll
and
these-
Dragons is.
We roll these little rocks. That
a burnt out
Oh, you mean like our
bisexual would know
D6s?
nothing about this game.
Oh, you mean like our D6s?
Yes, and in fact, when you roll these, there will be a specific one on the top when it lands. That'll be they call those numbers, or in my case,
Fucking amazing, man!
Wham!
I've never heard
You did that wrong. You're supposed to go like this.
Oh, yes.
I'm
scared
gonna
the
revoke 2 bisexual
just
points
now.
from you.
My cat is terrified right now. She has no fucking clue what I just did or why.
Okay, with a group average of 7, you guys are moved with the group average. I'm gonna give you guys 2 event oopsies that happen along the way as you track this bus across town and back to the elementary school.
Okay.
The first
2 oops.
the first group oopsie that you guys run yourselves into is like you guys are
The
like,
group scene.
group C, if you will, yeah. Is as you're tracking the bus, like around the less the less affluent part of the neighborhood, you guys find yourselves, moving across the lawns and through backyards of these people tracking that bus. When all of a sudden you guys hear a low, angry, growling sound.
Oh boy.
You are surrounded by what appears to be a hoarder's horde of car parts, which are alien to you and your little rodent brains. Just hunks of metal and rubber, and stacks of just detritus all over the place. And you hear a low, growling sound that seems to be emanating from a sheet metal box in the corner of this backyard.
As a cook, I know what
Okay.
metal is,
Yeah.
but I don't know why it's shaped these ways.
That's a weird oven.
Metal
That
forest.
doesn't sound like a friendly sound.
I think maybe I've heard an oven make this sound once and it was dying.
Yeah, Chewy, I don't think it's an oven, man.
It kind of seems like a little bit like an oven.
I love
You
watching
know,
this like AS. It's like right now. I feel like we're watching one of those TikTok videos where Subway Surfers is going on in the background.
Except it's me living with the consequences of my.
It's you suffering on the floor.
And there's the cat playing with the dice, and the okay.
Cats.
I gotta look away from the screen so I'm not
Shoot us all
distracted.
alone!
I gotta look away from the screen so I can
Full
keep
of
narrating.
dice. She left the room with
But
a
it's
die.
adorable.
Kind of
She left the room.
snaking out from the darkness of this.
Oh shit!
I'm so distracting. Please don't watch
Snaking
it.
out, snaking out from the darkness of this sheet metal box is a chain that is attached to a tiny metal triangle that kind of juts out of the earth like a little flower. That's the next thing that you all collectively notice, and that little tiny triangle is right underneath Thrall Abdul, our sexy
Hey,
dear friend.
He just keeps getting hotter. First he was hot, now he's sexy.
Well, now he's been sprinting around, so he's got like a glisten to him.
Oh.
And his legs, his best feature, are toned so well.
Yeah, his hair is just kind of matting to the fur, so you can like see the muscle definition popping through.
Thrall Abdul, Nike, just...
This is a very horny podcast.
What a man! What a man!
Well, it's a very Amarillo podcast.
I'm gonna kind of like look like I hear this noise and I'm just be like, hey Thrall, we gotta move, buddy. We gotta move soon.
I'm having a hard time finding a way out that works. There's so much.
Oh, Chewy's good at those ones. I actually saw him do it before. Chewy, how do we get out of this?
Chewy, give me a cunning check.
What do you mean you saw? What do you mean you saw?
Give me a cunning check with disadvantage.
You
said cunning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a 6.
That's
This is a new technique I like to call. I think I've already said this sentence before, but hostile improv.
Chewy, you look
Instead of
around.
taking my own agency, I keep giving it to someone who doesn't want it.
Okay. Chewy, there's just a whole there's a whole lot. Somehow with everyone's eyes locked on the bus, you manage to wander your way into this maze of a backyard. Like I said, there are stacks of tires and just sheet metal and mufflers all over the place. There is, not too crazy far away from the current location, is a series of stacks of tires and a couple of boxes that stack up to a point where it's not a crazy jump for, you assume, a creature such as Thrall to get over into the next space.
Okay. There's a place over there. I think if we go that way, we might be able to hop
You are
over.
cut off by the loud sounds of the Hauser dog, big bulldog, that kind of runs out of this sheet metal box saying, "Hey, hey, 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 hey!"
Okay, fuck. Well, I'm gonna do something that I should have done sooner, because I had it, which is I'm going to climb up to the front of this deer, and there's a secret that Ronnie doesn't tell anyone, which is that he prefers his fries unsalted, so he kind of gets all the salt off of it. He doesn't like tell. His dad would be so disappointed.
Oh no!
So he just keeps all the salt in his pocket, which is going to act as his pocket sand. He's going to throw it this fucking. That's how you build up an ability, motherfucker.
That's really good.
Cunning. That's cunning. How do you? He's offloading his sins with every throw. Now you have to live with that fact in your canon. All right. That's cunning. I don't actually remember how to.
That would hurt so bad.
You notice how
so
slow my
sand,
clap is getting?
So I have a 0 in cunning. Let's set that up right
Okay.
away.
Oh no.
I rolled 2 6s.
Okay.
Fuck yeah.
Nice.
Wow.
So this big bulldog, which to us just kind of looks like to our rodent brigade looks like just a blue color like mechanic.
Fuck you! Fuck you!
Hey! This is my get out! Hey! Fuck! Hey! Oh, what is this?
That's
Oh!
Checks we run.
I
Boxes!
stink!
Go boxes! Boxes!
go.
Okay. This is your. Hey, this is your plan. So you, Chewy, give me a finesse check. Sorry, finesse check.
Dripping in finesse.
Wait.
You know.
Okay.
I can't believe any plan we've ever had has worked.
I can't believe we've gotten this
2.
far.
2.
2.
Oh, you got 2 1s?
Yep.
Ooh.
I just got 2 6s and you got 2 1s.
Okay.
I stole all
This
of the
game
story
is cursed.
potential away.
This is
It's because you're asking me to roll.
Hey, this is excellent.
I can't roll.
I love this.
Oh, of course you do.
Of course I do. Thrall, you kind of smack Thrall Abdul on his hindquarters, and he leaps up on this pile of tires, which is a terrible idea because it's rickety, and he falls right over. Everyone falls off of his back.
Oh.
I take off.
Describe.
I am rolling acrobatics to land on my feet.
In the meantime, I'm going to take this advantage of while everybody's down. I'm going to scout to see if there's a better way for him to get out.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Turns out, because Chewie, when he was rolling to find a way out and he rolled a 6, chose a plausible way, but a terrible way.
It was not the way to go.
The best way to go would actually be the way you guys came out, which you assume, given the direction that, given the way that Thrall Abdul was headed, so he got stuck and lost in here because he passed between some piles of sheet metal and just kind of lost his direction. Because the entrance that he came into got lost in the perspective by them shifting by the way that he moved through the detritus and the junk in this yard. So the best way to
lived around a lot of deer, that actually makes sense because deer are real dumb.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So the best way to do it, the best way to corral Thrall Abdul and by extension everyone else eventually out would be to get him to maneuver him in such a way that he would be able to see the way that he came in and thusly the way that he can now get out.
Okay. I'm going to bring this back down. You guys are all off Thrall at this point?
All Thrall, everyone's off I'm going to give you all one round of the dog is getting salt out of his eyes time.
Okay.
I'm going to drop down to Ronnie because Ronnie's been the one driving Thrall. Be like, Ronnie, we need to get him to turn around and come out the way he came.
Okay. Where is Ruby?
I am climbing up somewhere high.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna grab Ruby and try to jump up. I'm willing to take a disadvantage on that might check to do it with Ruby in my arms.
Despite the unkemptness and rugged nature of this backyard, there is a bird feeder, which is what Ruby is scurrying up at the moment.
Ruby, come on!
Where are we going?
Back on the deer. You know what? I'm just gonna climb up on the deer and come around.
You don't really need to make a might check because Thrall is also getting up, so it's not like you're leaping up on him like you were before.
I mean, maybe I'm helping him up. Then. I don't know. I'm a pretty
difficult
strong
terrain, you know.
Yeah. I don't know. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna get up on there, and then I'm like, all right, come on, bud. I'm gonna try to steer him again. So you try to get into a familiar territory between the two of us. Establish my dominance, of course, and just come on.
Okay,
Ruby!
Ronnie, what are you doing? Chewie, sorry. Chewie, what are you doing? You just got knocked off the deer. There's a dog rubbing salt out of his eyeballs. What are you doing?
I have diplomat, and I'm thinking that even though he's very, very angry, if we just convince him,
a rough diplomatic start to say the least.
if we just convince him that we're just trying to leave, and as long as he doesn't do anything to us, we'll be right out of his fur. We'll be gone.
Go ahead and roll
I'm
diplomat.
picturing a truce,
All
like
right.
a peace meeting, where you walk into the meeting, punch the guy in the face, and go, "Let's see if we can work this out."
12.
Well, he does.
12! Okay, I actually have diplomat, happen to have it up.
A list of
nice.
things that Chewie is good at.
Yeah. Talking to other people. Let's
Cooking.
see.
Talking to other people, finding ways out, question mark.
So, diplomat. Let's see.
I knew you could do it. I knew you could do it, Chewie.
You mark exhaustion to use diplomat when you ask for a favor or meet someone important for the first time, regardless of the faction of the target. When you persuade or figure out an important NPC while acting on behalf of another. Okay, so definitely you're definitely gonna mark exhaustion because you are not only meeting this very important person in the moment for the first time, but you're asking it for a favor. So go ahead and mark exhaustion. What do you?
Yep.
What did you roll?
12.
12. Yeah, you did. You rolled very well. So what do you say to this still eyeball stinging sore blue collar bulldog?
I'm so sorry we ended up on your property. We didn't mean to cross your turf. We're just lost and we want to get out of here. Is that okay?
Did you mean to throw? What is this? In my
no, I'm
face?
sorry about my friend. That was very rude. We were
So
just trying to get out of here. We've
apologies.
been panicking.
Oh, that's very, very rude indeed. Yeah.
Oh, wash your eyes out with some water and they'll be fine. Okay. I've had this happen before. It definitely hurts.
You have?
Oh yeah.
Oh, well, you're kind of dug, aren't you?
Specifically from Ronnie.
He works with salt in his restaurant,
What
mate.
kind of dog are you that you get salt in your face?
Cook, chef.
You're
You know,
a dog, eh?
make food.
You make. Really? What you making? You smell good.
Tons of. That's probably the stuff on your face. It's grease and salt.
Oh. And then he takes his big bulldog tongue and like Scooby-Doo's his entire face over.
Oh, I guess that works.
You know what? Yeah, it's just. I mean, it stings like hell, but it tastes pretty good.
Doesn't it?
I would like to
That's
point
real
out
good.
that my
Real good.
plan, if this didn't work, was to try to pitch that I have 2 pockets full of sand. So I'm glad this worked out.
That's
One more time. One more time.
He like wipes the snot from his nose because he's a bulldog and he's always, you know, dripping snot from his nose. He's like, "Name's Ronnie. Nice to meet you. Get the
She was gonna die.
yeah."
Behind my back, though. I can't do it behind my back and have you guys see it.
You wipe the snot off.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So, yeah. You guys are just.
We're just trying to go a place and we got lost.
Yeah.
It did, yeah.
Who's in charge of your map? Because you got lost.
Well,
About-
that would be me, but I've never used a map before, so.
Oh, all right. Well, you think you'd be pretty good at it. Like, what's a map if not a recipe for direction?
Right?
God
I
damn.
just kind of heard that recently, but
God damn it.
This is
so
a show that's only funny because we say stupid things and then we say the same stupid things again later.
But we do it
Yes.
confidently. That's why my backup plan was more pocket
Pocket
sand.
sand. I
It's the only
stuff,
thing funnier than pocket sand.
Oh, I've also got my
Is the
flashlight.
twofer.
Sam's like next to this happening. He's just like, I'm in hell. This is hell.
Yeah, this is not how things are supposed to go. Not at all. None of my training has prepared me for this moment.
I broke like 3 police procedures by throwing sand, salt, and asking questions later.
Oh my
Who
god. Yeah.
arguably is the second highest ranked police officer here.
So I wanna say that while this kind of unexpectedly like cordial conversation is happening, both Ronnie and Ruby have made it back on top of Thrall, and Thrall has been turned around and kind of, I imagine Sam kind of doing this thing with his wings, like kind of. Beep, beep, beep. So, what kind of dog is that? That's a big one, eh?
he calls himself a deer,
A deer dog.
I guess.
Close.
Just like his more snot off of his nose. Ah,
He lives outside of the human areas. He said he's from the forest.
you from the forest?
Yeah,
One
we're
of those
trying to
wild
bring him
mutts,
back.
huh? One of those
Yeah.
wild mutts I always got keep barking out of the dead of night. Jeez. Well, you gotta stay off my property, except, I mean, if you won't come back, you cookie dog, if you won't come back and have a chat, I'll
I can bring you some food.
change some tin of biscuits, maybe. You know,
I can
maybe.
definitely look into it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll see you, I guess I'll see you then.
Cool.
Yeah,
Thank you.
get to fuck up my property.
Yep. We're going.
As you're saying that, as you're like kind of like leaning out the side of one of the fence post, like bye.
Scramble up Thrall Abdul again, and we're on our way.
Luckily for our band of rodents, the bus there was many kids on the street, so in all that time the bus had only gone down Not too far.
One groupsie down. One groupsie down.
One groupsie done. Yeah.
One to fucking go.
One to go. Okay. So you guys are walking, just trailing this bus still. When the bus goes over a bridge, and this is not, the bridge that it goes over, this part of the neighborhood hasn't gotten a whole lot of, public funding within the last couple of years because of the pedestrian side of this bridge, which there's supposed to be on most bridges, has been crumbling to the point where there are large holes, and it's actually caution taped off for human pedestrians to go across. But it's the only way that you guys could safely get across this bridge without, going into actual traffic. So I guess those are the two options that are presented to you. Do you guys walk where the cars go, or do you go where it's marked off where the humans aren't supposed to go even?
So do you want to take the death path, or do you want to play in traffic?
Which also kind of feels like the death.
Which kind of feels
That's like where we live.
Yeah.
a rock and a hard play situation.
And there's no way, around. Is this going over a river?
Bridge, man.
Yeah, well, I
Listen,
mean, bridges can go over train tracks. They do that here.
I'm an asshole. I'm about to be an asshole some more. I go, listen, I'm not too good at these, but you know who's really good at figuring these out? Chewie.
Oh my god.
Chewie, which way would you recommend? Listen, I had to find I had my dynamic with Ruby. I figured out my dynamic with Sam. My dynamic with Chewie has to be that he just believes in Chewie so much.
Chewie's gonna move himself over towards the antlers and go, okay, Thrall Abdul, can you, okay, I wanna do a really, really risky thing, but either option is risky. So, I'm gonna tell you by doing this with your antlers. Like a little tug, to stop, and unless I do that, and until I pat your head, you gotta move at the same speed as the cars. The big rumbly things.
Cars.
Yeah. Well, they're not going that fast. It's over the bridge, right? You can run really fast. We saw you.
Not as fast as a car.
Oh.
At least, well.
I'm gonna take a
holes?
lesson out of the last event, and I'm gonna fly up to the top of the bridge and see if there's a safer path to take.
Good idea.
Again, no one has to indulge the fact that Ronnie believes in Chewie, but I feel like Chewie is not gonna be the one to say no. I shouldn't actually.
Chewie's going to say no sometimes and yes sometimes, and yes, he can talk to Thrall, and if he talks to him, then maybe he can convince him to.
There is a third path, and it is not that great. That is revealed to you, Detective Morrigan, from the sky. There's a worn path of there's a worn path of dirt through this lawn that's right here next to the bridge that goes down towards where the river is, and the river is flowing, but it's not rapiding. It's not white watering nonsense. There is a hoppable stone path across the river.
So hop stones or hop holes.
Hop holes, hop stones, get hit by a car.
Okay. How good are you at jumping?
I can leap.
Only use it. Yeah.
Can you leap in quick succession? Because some of these holes look like they might be a bit close together. You can feel free to jump in at any time, Sam.
Hey,
how deep character? Please help.
Please.
So there is the other path down at the bottom of the bridge, where you get, if you feel safer going across the water that way, but it is fording a river is not always the easiest thing. I mean, as a bird, I have been in water. It is not as much fun as you would think it is when it goes above your head.
In today's news, drowning sucks. No way.
Huge news. Drowning is terrible.
Extra, read all about it. Drowning's terrible, says local police officer.
Yeah, man.
When asked a question, he said, "Yeah, man."
God damn it.
I assume a squirrel is just... Because squirrels exist in the middle of cities because they can do
Yeah.
what they want. So
Yeah.
I presume they're just squirrels always within arm's reach, shouting
Always
headlines.
within earshot. There's always some news squirrel taking notes and just shouting out random headlines. Absolutely, I love that. It's gonna be a running gag. I love it.
Canonically, Sam hates the squirrels.
Freaking squirrels.
Like-
Yeah, apparently
Well,
Ronnie
I
knows
never-
how to work them.
Glad I decided not to play one, huh?
Hey,
I would have just been the tail squirrel following you guys and helping out sometimes.
As a beat reporter trying
hey,
to...
is this
Yeah,
a good scoop?
you went from... You could have been someone who had to be in the background because you were trying to stay detached from the story to someone that I am forcing to be in the foreground.
That could have been fun, but I definitely like the raccoon.
I definitely like the
So-
the dynamics we presented today.
So as a group, what do you guys think is the best option? Trying to like play with the cars, jump over the holes in the
I have my
bridge,
full
or
faith
ford
into it.
ford the river with the stones to jump?
I mean, the humans aren't allowed to go over the holes, and now that we know there's a river, that might be better, because, like, deers live near rivers, right?
Yeah, surely.
I can only assume.
Um,
Whatever you
We truly
guys
have no
think is
None of us actually know. Can we put it up
I-
to Thrall and see what he
That's-
thinks? Yeah, be like, hey,
Oh,
Thrall.
do you know rivers?
I've.
Do we know rivers?
Do you know rivers?
Is there a river in New Rodensburg anywhere? A creek?
No, so I guess not.
Damn.
It's just
What if
pretty-
water but a lot?
it's
It's
water,
water,
but, it's
but a
moving.
lot, but going in a line, but it's also like really deep and thick. Hey, it's like a thinner version of that holy water that stung your guys' eyes.
Yeah.
God,
Uh,
I forgot about that.
I've walked over water before. It's
Well, then let's do it again.
this water. Well, and he walks across the street. You know what? Freaking Ronnie, you get to make this luck check.
Oh God. You know, I'd love to, but you know who would do a much better job? I'll do it. I'll do it. Okay. Well, that's double twos and no bonus for a 4.
That's a double 2. Okay, everyone take one
I do
injury
genuinely
as
think-
Thrall is hit by a car.
Can I mark exhaustion to take Ruby's injury instead by just like fucking grabbing her and making sure she doesn't get hurt as I slam into the...
Yeah, go for it.
Yep. So I'm at 2 injury and Ruby is at none. Fortunately, I
I'm
get
at-
1
I'm
extra
at
injury
1
buff.
from last
Oh, I
time.
forgot you were hurting
Yeah.
yourself. But you know,
Yeah,
I 1 less.
Chewy's at 3 injury.
Yeah.
Oh God, Chewy, baby.
Sam,
I'm sorry I don't have an
4.
ability that lets me mark exhaustion to save you. I apologize.
Sam,
So out of yeah, I was gonna say out of
roll luck
curiosity,
to
was
see if you had landed before you got
okay.
hit by the car.
Your instinct to save your sister being greater than anyone else makes a lot of sense.
No, it's an actual
rolled-
ability I have that I can save specifically Ruby by marking
Yeah.
exhaustion.
I rolled the 4th 8 tonight. It's another 8. Yeah.
So
I think that's like
you-
mathematically more likely than most numbers.
Yeah.
Seven, I think 7 is, isn't it? Like the most likely.
Yeah, either way. Yeah. Still
You
interesting.
were just barely hovering over Thrall Abdul's antler before he got hit by that car. So you actually managed to escape injury, but just barely. You actually roll over the top of this car.
I feel like it's one of those like cartoon scenes where it's just like the bird stays, like something goes under it, and you just see like feathers, and the bird is just staying on top where the car was. There's nothing underneath him now.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, the car kind
This
of...
is not a good weekend for Thrall.
No,
Thrall's not having a good
no,
time.
This is not Thrall's day out, man. Yeah, Thrall. So the nature of this collision is that Thrall's back end gets thrown out from behind him as he's just about to finish crossing the street, and so he kind of spins out, and that's why everyone gets thrown off of his back, and he kind of like lays down, just kind of shaken and panting heavily. Just for all intents and purposes, he's at 4 injury.
Ooh.
Which is fair, because he got hit by a car and he was shot most recently.
Yeah.
All right.
All intents and purposes, Thrall should be dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's figure this one out. Who's hurt? Who's not hurt?
Hey, let's get off the road because they always stop. They always stop when somebody gets hit.
Come on. And I start I grab him by the horns
Ruby,
and
you
do
give
a
me a
little
look
drag. Everyone help! Come on! As I just start dragging. So anyway, then I started dragging.
7.
7. Okay.
Chewy's just
With the
dizzy.
7, okay, because of Ruby's luck of 7, you guys, Ruby within the protective clutching arms of her brother, see that
I'm gonna go after we're done.
that the luxury sedan that hit you guys in the rear end does not stop, because people who drive luxury sedans are assholes.
Yes. Yes.
Listen, that's our PSA for the day. If you drive a luxury sedan, go fuck yourself.
And now you know.
I need to know the Venn diagram of people who own luxury sedans and need something to watch before Critical Role. I want to know who all is in that list. Because
Shout
we
out
know
to the
our
chat, you drive a
audience.
luxury sedan. Boo, 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 boo.
Taking on big sedan fans. All
Oh,
right.
God.
So I'm dragging a deer to the best of my ability.
Your ability is not too bad. Like we all
I'm
keep
asking for others to help, but like
you're doing a pretty good job despite your size,
This has
because you
to
are
work.
you are a beefy rodent, my dude. You are a possum with games.
mhm.
It's one of those animals with hypertrophy where it's just like too much muscle.
Yeah, it's really excessive.
Ooh.
Extremely excessive.
I'm trying to think of what that bodybuilder anime is. When the guy takes off his coat, he's just fucking ripped. What's that anime called?
I'm pretty sure that's Full Metal Alchemist.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
I
Well,
know
I'm
talking
how
about
it
specific.
You're not talking about Colonel Armstrong?
No, I'll show you what I mean later. It's a specific bodybuilding anime.
Is it how
and the
much of
dude's
the
like
weights you
really
lift?
tiny.
I
No, you're talking about Seven Deadly Sins.
Nope, I'm talking about an anime that is specifically about bodybuilding.
How
It is a-
heavy are the weights that you lift? Or whatever it's
I
called.
feel
Is
like
it?
I know the gift that you're
Crazy.
talking about,
very
but
similar.
I mean,
I have no idea.
My friend
the
told
name.
me I need to watch it, but there's like a scene where the guy is just absolutely tiny. He wears like a blue tracksuit, but when he takes it off, he's like 4 times as big. And then when
Nope,
he puts it
that's-
on, he literally
that
springs
just sounds
back
like All
down.
Might.
That's
Kind
how
of.
that's how
It's
heavy
kinda
are the
like
weights
All
you lift. It's got
Yeah,
a light,
cool,
it's got
that's
a light
something.
novel title.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah. So you're pushing. You're
So
pulling.
anyway, yeah, I'm pulling.
Yeah. Well, so like I said, you guys were like almost completely off of the road when you guys got in the backside. So Thrall was more or less spun onto the lawn on the other side of the road. So he just got like big bruise energy emanating from his hindquarters here.
All right, he's not looking good. Chewy, do some first aid on him.
I don't know first aid.
Oh,
I don't think
Bonnie doesn't know
any
what
of us
to do
do.
once you just openly say you don't know how to do something. He just pauses for a second. Oh,
Jerry just looks like
okay.
super dizzy and isn't talking right.
Well,
hey,
Thrall's a druid, right? Does he know any healing?
Thrall is unconscious.
Yeah.
Man, we can get him up, but like, I don't know
you
what
think a
else to do.
sniff of the skunk stink will wake him up?
That's smelling salts if I've heard him. A whiff of the skunk.
Yeah, give him,
Yeah,
give him,
then-
give him
yeah,
a whiff of
I
that
can
skunk.
just
Ruby,
like
I know I
open
don't
the
say this
bottle for
very
a
often.
second.
But that's a brilliant idea.
Okay.
I'm honestly surprised Chewy didn't come up with it. That's brilliant.
Crack a small vial of that nasty skunk smell that you
That
carry around
dank.
with you. that dank skunk you carry around with you
Hey.
in front of Thrall's nose, and just kind of it's.
I'm not even gonna ask where you get all that from.
I
Straight
have
from the
source.
source, baby.
Yeah, we haven't met any skunks yet.
Yet. I want all of them to be charming like the fucking...
Pepe Le Pew?
As you say, like
Yeah. I started to name that fucking skunk, too. I want them all to be Pepe Le Pew in personality.
Oh,
Every last one of them.
Love that.
Bonjour, mon ami.
Casanova, front to back.
Allons-y.
Bonsoir.
No.
Okay.
And just you get Thrall conscious in the loosest possible interpretation of the word. His speech is kind of just moaning and groaning and just not having a great time feeling things in and at all. One thing of note to happen is that everyone hears the creaking and slamming of a screen door. And as you guys look up, you all see an older gentleman. He's got a long salt and pepper beard. He's wearing a nice pair of overalls, and he's kind of got two tiny little round little glasses there. What a shame. What a shame. Man, if I had seen you in the woods, I would have shot you, but here you are. Almost roadkill. Why you got so much vermin around you? Okay, okie dokie. And he gets down in a big old squat, and he puts his arms under Thrall Abdul, lifts him up, puts him right there up on his shoulders, and Thrall goes, "Ah!" What do y'all do?
Cut out most of the noise.
That's it.
Which you think was the funniest part?
You peeked
Yeah,
your
no.
mic.
It gets even funnier when you realize on my end that Goon is completely frozen and I only have the sound.
Oh man, you should have seen it. You gotta watch the VOD. It was
I
great.
do watch the pod, so I will go back and see. Because that's when you were here for last season.
Old man.
I take my time.
Jacked old man.
This
I'm
jacked
sorry?
old man just picked up a whole buck.
I
Yeah.
want to sneak attack.
You want to sneak attack the old man?
Bro, not even
Yes.
a dead buck. He just picked up a live buck.
Yeah, he did. He's stealing our ride. I'm gonna use my feet blindside and shoot him with my disc.
Do we have the same roguish feats? Hold on.
Maybe. Can I fucking make a single roll today?
Goon, what I'd like to do is I'd like to reach into my left pocket.
Don't you fucking say it. Don't you fucking say it. How dare you? How dare you utter those accursed words in my presence a third
I'd
time?
like to produce a hand full of salt. And
Okay.
pockets.
Go ahead and make that roll. Do it. Do it.
Well, hold on.
Roll. Listen. Roll an act of aggression against one of your literal gods.
Ronnie's questioning a lot of his faith right now. Too many weird things have happened with humans since Thrall got involved.
Yeah, but isn't he a demon? He's brought all of this misfortune upon us.
Yeah, but there wasn't a god of death before this guy showed up. Okay.
Yeah, he brought the god of death.
And now he's
I got
brought
a
this bearded weirdo.
Yeah.
I got a
Maybe
nine.
the forest animals are summoning demons and this is their demon.
I resemble that statement.
I mean,
Exactly.
Chewie's still not really sure what it is either.
Obviously. He-
What was your roll for your
nine
pocket?
to pocket sand god.
You got a 9 to pocket saying this bearded god. Okay.
No, to God.
So, let's resolve.
You make it make sense in
this
human
disc
terms.
first. Let's resolve this disc first. The disc goes out, and the bearded gentleman. The when you like go to load up and launch this disc, you don't feel that same surge of strange otherworldly energy flowing through this human artifact in your tiny rodent body. Instead, it just feels just normal, and it fires like it's supposed to. It does it does what it's supposed to do in terms of being a little plastic cheap toy, even to the point where it kind of gets stuck in the bearded god's beard. And he looks down at the little disc in his beard. He looks over at the possum that shot it, and then he gets a face full of frickin' salt. God!
Great audio.
This bearded human just kind of staggers back and forth, like kind of shuffle, just like lost visual. He's off his rhythm, if you will. But it doesn't go down.
His rhythm.
Yeah.
Does that mean that I can?
If only there was Chewie, go!
If only there was a what now?
I was gonna say if only there was a bird who could attack him, but I remembered my character flaw.
This is the greatest character flaw of all time, I gotta
Chewie
say.
needs to sit down.
I was gonna ask
Believe in
this
someone too much.
Chewie doesn't feel so good.
question, whether or not you would permit this, but he is holding Thrall, correct?
He's got
Like he is carrying him.
like a
I have a disarm ability.
Oh my god.
As long as you can find a clever way to use it.
It says it says when I target an opponent's weapon at close range, I can roll with finesse, and on a hit, they have to mark 2 exhaustion or lose their weapon, and it's well out of reach. In this case, could I disarm the human
It's a bludgeoning weapon.
from the tier?
Okay. On a failed roll, nothing happens. On a middling success, you will bring the human to its knees to kind of stabilize itself, as it's already like tipping back and forth because it's disoriented with the salt and whatnot. On a success, he will straight up just drop Thrall. Period.
Okay.
So I mean, middle case scenario. The new catchphrase of this season.
Yeah.
Middle case scenario
Middle case scenario. Yeah.
is still fine.
That is double 5s plus 1 is an 11.
Ooh,
That's really good.
yes.
So you Dark Knight this old man again. And in a brief moment of him being able to see again, you swoop in like the Dark Knight, going "Ah!" and he goes, "Ah!" and you see the legs of Thrall go up into the air, and with that, the rest of the body tumbles down the backside of the spirited human, and Thrall clatters to the ground, and this human kind of backs up, and then he gets tripped by Thrall, and now he's on his butt on the other side of Thrall, kind of backing up, like, these critters have gone mad. Just kind of slowly backing up.
I never would have thought I would have done this so much shit to so much humans today. Thrall, we gotta go, man. Can you get up?
Thrall's not responding.
Chewie, help him up.
Sam's starting to panic.
Go heavy.
Yeah, let's shine this
he's just a
flashlight in
bird.
his eye.
He's like, got so
You're
many
the
humans.
strong one.
Right, hold on. You're right. That's something I'm good at.
What do you guys do to what are you doing to Thrall?
I'm trying to help him onto his feet. Smack him awake a little. Come on.
Go ahead and give me give me a freaking. My brain says might, my heart says charm.
I like your brain.
All right, go with the brain.
Big, beautiful
That
brain.
is a 6 + 3, 9.
That's a 9. You
Medium case scenario.
You're smacking his face. Nothing happens. Nothing happens on Thrall's face except his tongue starts to stick out a little.
Can Chewie put some salt from a packet from the portable kitchen in his mouth? Like just on the tongue, on the tip.
Give me a luck check as you do this.
Hey, when you're done, can I have the rest of that salt? No reason. I figured out a new technique that works really well.
13.
13?
So we can have the rest of that salt packet.
With a
I guess.
With a 13, you can see. With a 13, as you put the salt packet, would you like put the whole thing in his mouth?
No, just like sprinkle a little bit, and like this dude's asking for the rest of it, so like it worked this time. Why not give it to him?
Ronnie's like, hey, I'll hold that bag for you when you're done.
You start to sprinkle. You start to sprinkle the salt onto the tongue, the sticking out tongue of Thrall Abdul, and still nothing happens. As you all are surrounding the head of your mount, your friend, you see.
I could hear the air quotes when you said that.
Your friend. Again, audio only. And I heard.
Yeah, this mount, your friend. You are being watched still by this bearded human. Who, with a sigh, takes a magazine out from underneath his overalls and rolls it up into a tube and just kind of thwacks down the center of the four of you, and he says, "Listen up! I'm going to make him better." Ronnie, you're the only one who is actually really understanding the words that are coming out of his head. You are understanding his intention thanks to the power of your decoder ring. Your friend got hit by a car. I am a healer. I am going to help you, or he will die.
Oh, okay. You can't understand me, but I don't know how to give approval as a possum. I don't know.
Back up from the deer.
I
slowly
my
back.
gun.
You're not understanding, mate. It's only Ronnie knows right now.
Yeah, I just kind of. So it's everyone else's gibberish. So I just kind of hold my hands out and gently scoot Chewie and Ruby back.
Ronnie, what are you doing, man?
Hey, he says he's gonna heal him.
You understood.
Wait.
Hang
What?
on. You can understand him?
Apparently,
Why are you talking
I
to?
learned what a school was today. Okay, please.
You're like the
There's
weirdest
funny
person
shit
among
going
us,
on.
and we have a weird deer dog.
Listen, the things I've learned today has been a lot. Okay, and I don't know.
You sound
I
really
don't know what's-
stressed.
What are you not, Ruby?
While you guys are having this conversation, the bearded human takes out a tiny thing of smelling salts from the center pouch of his overalls, cracks it in front of Thrall Abdul. You can see Thrall Abdul's eyes open and his pupils dilate completely, and then close. And like, okay, the human says, "Okay, there's still time," and he gingerly picks the deer back up, and you are led into this human's backyard. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session of Trash Chronicles. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's time for some post-game stuff. Do you guys have stuff that you have done that you think warrants an advancement?
I need Sam terrorizing people, kids, people, whoever. I need it.
We're doing advancements, not patronizing.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I'm sorry.
Not yet.
Okay,
No, your time. Your time.
I'll go last. I think I have to think about what.
I think there's no doubt that I've thoroughly embodied protection today.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't think no
You
one's
get
going to argue with
advancement.
that one. Yeah, thank you.
You'll get it. Okay.
I'll be taking pocket sand again. Anyway,
No!
same ability.
He's just putting extra pockets on his coat.
I hate it, and I love it.
So technically, I have one of my drives is discovery.
Mhm.
And it's advanced when you encounter a new wonder or ruin, as according to the text of the book. I would say that in terms of like Sam scouting to try to figure out, whether he can go other paths over the bridge, try to figure out how to get out of the junkyard, backyard.
Yeah.
I think that works for discovery.
I will give it to you.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I gotta figure out how to do updates now. What can I take?
Heck, Ruby.
Could I interest you in the ability Pocket Sand?
I swear to God, if you take Pocket Sand.
I was legitimately going to say that as a joke. Just be like, where's Pocket Sand down here?
I don't remember where it's under.
It's under. Oh.
Oh, I'm not going to take it because that's a unique ability to Ronnie that I just.
And again, it's mostly his sins that he's throwing.
Throwing in the face of his enemies.
I gotta find an ability that lets me support Chewie in my forcing him to be the.
An encouragement of some kind, maybe. Like I can definitely see that. But like you're throwing sins at people and making them cry. Just gotta say.
And again, I would like to point out that Ronnie is just having a lot to handle. He thought he would die if he went this far. He thought all humans were good. He knows what a school is now. Usually when he needs to protect Ruby, it's because Ruby did something to put herself in danger, and this time it's not her fault. Ronnie is this close to a mental breakdown.
I mean, think about where Sam's coming from, too. Like, I would never have to be in any of these situations because I can fly. Yeah. The only reason I'm anywhere involved is to keep you guys. I had to try to keep you guys safe, and it's the only reason that he's ever even took injury today.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah. Speaking of danger, though, I had embodied thrills. I escaped from death and danger because of the car, even though it was Ronnie. But I did escape from it.
You still felt the thrill.
You also paraglided out of a church tower?
Yes, lots of thrills today. But I can
You shined a flashlight at a person?
I love that you said paraglided.
Yeah.
That's the verbiage.
I still need to embody chaos by toppling a tyrannical figure, but...
Those of you who...
We're going to go in feudalism.
Those of you who took exhaustion from activating your abilities, if you check your natures and see if you did anything during the session that embodies your natures, that'll help you to clear an exhaustion.
Paradoxically, protection is one of my natures, so I do think by protecting, I actually cleared that exhaustion.
Yeah, mine is whenever I'm needlessly destructive. Would shooting a plastic gun at people count as destructive?
It was certainly destructive to Chewie.
It was.
As you can see,
I definitely did sworn.
Ruby and Ronnie were built to work together.
I'll give that to you, yeah.
I'm glad that multiple of these photos are people in danger. I'm glad that's...
I mean, yeah, that's what sworn is, too.
Okay. I need to figure out advancement.
I didn't take any exhaustion from any of these abilities.
Oh,
I took exhaustion.
Yeah. I mean,
I also have
he is exhausted, but he didn't mechanically receive exhaustion.
It's a mental exhaustion, not a physical exhaustion.
As for advancements, I do have to ask though. Again, I know I keep using loyalty because it's kind of the only thing I'm doing right now. I haven't been doing crimes much, But it's so I'm not following any specific orders, but I'm still following the order that that put me on this path in the first place.
I mean, you haven't intentionally jeopardized the mission, which is good.
No,
you haven't really. I've yet to see.
I mean, it's advanced when you obey their order at a great cost to yourself, and I just took a giant hit to the head twice.
You've convinced me.
Okay, I wasn't sure if that was legit or not.
You convinced me. Okay, it's time for Patreon art pitches. If you guys checked out this week's Patreon art, it's the 2 Pitbull bodyguards and the tiny mayor riding on top of them. I thought it turned out really cute. What do you guys want to pitch for this week's Patreon art?
Critter had one.
Hitting Chewie in the head with the disc.
Disc bonk!
Disc bonk. Critter, what was yours?
I already said it earlier, but it was...
reiterate.
Yeah, I want Sam harassing some humans, like children or adults. It doesn't matter. I just want a crow like
Sam harassment.
belligerently.
Sam,
Yeah.
Sam throwing his Batman cape up to a bunch of children.
Police brutality, we'll call it.
Yeah.
Oh
Police
god.
brutality.
Police brutality.
I would like the two possums and the raccoon and I guess the bird in the distance maybe airborne from flying off the side of the deer.
Yeah.
Just like
Oops.
I want panicked animals. Whoops.
Oops. Bird.
So,
Oops. Panicked animals. So we got disc bonk. We got police brutality. We got whoops. Animals in the air. Who hasn't gone yet? Oh, you haven't gone yet.
It was me. The one that actually stuck out in my head like immediately was a raccoon rocket tackling a deer.
Yeah!
Or not raccoon, like possum,
With a
like
possum.
Rodney, the possum rocket tackle. And I just picture like this
Possum
possum
tackle.
just like arms back. Just
What a possum tackle!
he's got his eyes closed, like I can do this.
Dun, 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 dun,
Tackling a
dun.
man.
Just taking a
Dun,
bolt
dun,
shot
dun,
to the side of
dun,
the deer.
dun. Okay, so we got disc bonk, we got police brutality, we got oops animals in the air, and then we got possum tackle. Hell
Ronnie.
yeah!
Ronnie the Rocket.
Check out my Twitter tomorrow or maybe the day after that, depending on how distracted I get at work, for the poll to vote on which Patreon art I get to draw for you, the awesome fans. And if you want to see the Patreon art, consider going to patreon.com/daddysdungeon and signing up at the $5 cultist level to get access to all the Patreon art and all of the character bios from the various other campaigns that we've done on Daddy's Dungeon. It's super cool, and I make them all
I did it
myself. These are our awesome patrons thus far, and if you want to join their epic and sexy ranks, you can go ahead and do that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to set you free to go watch Critical Role. I, of course, have been your garbage man, Goon Daddy. Playing Chef Chewy Raccoon has been Criteric. Playing our local anarchist Supreme Ruby Possum has been Moss Creature. Playing religious devotee Ronnie Possum has been the Noodle Doodler.
I now know what they mean when they say that ignorance is bliss.
And playing just turn off the body cam. Thank you, Sam Morgan. It has been Video James. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are awesome. You guys are the best. I love you all very dearly. But just a reminder, you are trash. It's funny to laugh about the disheveled state of our police in a setting like this, but it's a real systemic problem.
Yeah.